Let's let's take a look at this function. Where is it? They try to do it by PTS, maybe? Yeah, who sets this read packet from packet buffer if there is data? Read frame internal. Read a transport packet from a media file. Where are we now? It looks like it does it in order. Probe packets, probe codec. Oh, this is on error. Okay. Okay, so yeah, all right. It looks like it just depends on the format, and there are no rules. However, the format reads packets in whatever order is how it's done. Fair enough. Okay. Right. Yeah, I mean, this is good enough for my use, but here we go. Here's some hard-coded stuff. All right. I guess we want the height of the meter. So const int I guess this stuff doesn't need to be exposed because this is like internal to the gain meter. Whereas these two should be exposed elsewhere because they're the size of the widget as a whole. So I guess I want gain meter bar min height. $10 maybe. Ticks. Well, okay, if I'm gonna say the min height of this is 40. Let's it's pixels, right? Yeah, it's pixels. I kind of want to know what percentage, I guess. Gain meter bar percent. And I guess I want this to be like 75% of the height. Bar height percent. Something like that. Hmm. What is this? Right. Major tick height. I guess I want the major ticks. But the thing is, do I want to do this percent based? Does that even make sense? Like, should the ticks even grow in size? I think maybe it makes sense to have... Because I don't think I want these elements to necessarily grow. Like, if they have all the space in the world, I don't think they should grow. I mean, maybe a little bit. Like, maybe instead of having the bar be this big, maybe it's acceptable to have it, you know, that big or something. Although that's kind of absurd. Like, this is around the kind of size that I would expect. Man, the delay on that is insane. Hmm. I don't know if I even want it to grow. I think the answer is maybe no. Like, the space between elements, or there are some elements that make sense to grow. Like, for instance, a list of options or a list of filters, let's say, for an input device. If you're just going to have like a list of them somewhere and you have more space to display them, just display more of them. That makes sense. But I'm not sure if it makes sense to have this grow. Can we do computation here? Whoops. It looks like it. Man, the linker is really annoying. It's like a bunch of messages that are just in the way that I mean, I could do something about, but I'm not going to. Because I'd have to edit Raylid. I don't think I want a percent for that, honestly. And I think this min... I think that's just height. Like, I don't think this element should necessarily resize. Like, if you don't have enough space, it maybe makes sense to cut off some of these or to tighten them a little. Like, how much tighter could we get? Could we get those? Where do I set the height? Yeah, so this is the clamp. Right, so if I set that to 200 instead of 500. Function cannot return qualified void type, const void. Sure can't. Okay, that's kind of dumb, but it kind of works. Like maybe 250. Again, wow, that delay is killing me. I think we're going to work on that very soon. Again, that's kind of silly, but it kind of works. Obviously, when we change the font, all these numbers will change. Because I would like a bigger font. This is a bit small. All right, let's do that first. Let's get a different font. Can I set the default font? Is that a thing I can do? Doesn't look like it. Do you really hard code a font? Unload font default, interesting. So I can't set the default font. Doesn't look like it. Whoops. I think we will unload it. Unload. We can go unload font, get default font, I think. So it's initialized by a net window. So if we go unload font, get default font, I think that should crash the program. It does not. That's interesting. Okay, that looked like it did nothing. So let's load font. We can give a font size for the default font. I guess so. Where can we find a font? Chef. Fonts, free font, sure. User local share fonts, free font, free mono. And we'll do it in font size 12. Code points. Use null for code points and 0 for code point count to load the default character set. All right.